Right, we're going to talk about LEDs today. These are an LED from the Lumileds company called the Rebel. And it's one of the first products that Lumileds did. It's a high-powered white LED. It has a blue LED, has a sintered ceramic phosphor chip bonded on top of the blue one. And so these will run at high temperature. These were good, I think, to 750 milliamps. Maybe later on they were good to 1 amp, but it's somewhere above 500 milliamps. These were really, really bright. And they're on a ceramic substrate. I'll show you some close-up pictures here. And you can see that it's kind of a funny shape. It's a rectangle. The LED, it has a little dome over it to get the light out. And then over to the side, you see that little black thing, and that is a reverse voltage protection diode. Now, there was some questions. I mentioned it once before, and there's some questions about how those things work, and people didn't quite understand them. So I'm going to show that's going to be our video today. And so some people thought that the reverse protection diode was in series with the LED. No, it can't be in series because that would increase the forward voltage way too much. So it's actually in parallel. And so any reverse voltage gets shunted by this parallel reverse biased diode, right? So it conducts in one direction, the other direction it shunts through the reverse protection diode. All right, so I've mounted some up here on little boards. We'll take a look at them on the curve tracer. All right, so here we have our diode. And yeah, you can just see it lit up right down there. So this is 20 milliamps peak current there. And we have a VF of about, let's see here, about 2.5 volts forward voltage, okay? And there you go. All right, so what about the reverse direction? So we can do that. We can change our instrument to look at reverse directions. And let me change some settings here. Oops. And there we go. We get a reverse breakdown. Now, you're going to say, wait a minute. If the diode was in parallel with the other diode, this one has a 2.5. You would imagine that in this direction, in the left direction, it would be 0.7 volts and then start to conduct. Or maybe even 0.3 volts, and it would start to conduct. But no, it's 2, 4, 6, 8. It's 8 volts, okay, before it starts to conduct. Well, what is the diode that conducts after 8 volts? Well, it's a Zener diode. So they actually use a Zener diode in the package. So I'm going to explain why in a second. But yeah, see if you can figure out why you would use a Zener instead of just this normal diode. Now, these are actually voltage protection diodes, TVSs. So they're kind of a funny little diode, and they're meant to basically not be there until there's a really high voltage. And that's kind of why they have their Zener characteristic, is that you want them to just like not do anything at all. And when you get up above 5 volts, 8 volts, then they'll start to zap. Right? They'll start to conduct that static away, or the transient voltage away. So they're designed for 8 volts. Okay, so there you go. Let's take a look at the circuit though that's actually on this part. All right, and there you go. It's actually back-to-back Zeners. That's the way the thing is constructed. So this is the LED, and these are the Zener diodes, and so they can conduct 8 volts in either direction. Now, even though one of them can do 8 volts in the forward direction, the diode's 2.5 volts. So you'll never see that characteristic of this protection circuit. And if you don't believe me, I've taken one of those parts and I've removed the LED, so we're left with just the protection diode. Okay. So let me put that one in, and look at that. Ain't that beauty? Ain't that a beauty? So plus and minus 8 volts, it conducts. Now that's what's in there. A weird little TVS diode conducts at 8 volts. back-to-back Zeners, if you want to think that way. Yeah, that's what a protection diode is, at least in this part.